Hello everyone, my name is Akshay Jain and today I'll be explaining my project Operix, that is HR management system. So, what HR management system basically is? It is a platform that helps you manage employee data and scheduling and administrating tasks in one place. So, in many organizations, this data is scattered across various platforms, spreadsheets, emails, or even paper files. So it makes it difficult for people or the HR people to manage and lead these tasks, and that creates inefficiencies as teams grow. So, while working on this, I noticed there are few common problems that I needed to address for making this application. Like first, I noticed the data is very scattered in some spreadsheets and some mails. So every small updates requires a huge amount of time that could lead to the task being indefinite and wrongly being executed. So there was no proper centralized schedule so that people could or don't always know who's available and what's pending, and that can lead to various amount of conflicts. So another issue is the approvals. Simple requests like leave approvals take too long to process because they need to go through a manual process or a long form of email chains. So overall the communication is quite fragmented. There is no single place where the everything is visible or executable. So basically, the main problem is there was no single platform for this. So I tried to solve this problem using my management application. You would ask me, personally, why Jira is so similar to my project. I would answer that it is not similar to my project. It is powerful. Jira application is very powerful, but they are mainly designed for software development teams and issue tracking. Operix is built for with a different focus. It targets general employees and HR workflows rather than development tasks. So I would like to address the basic objective of my project. It was to make a centralized system with single platform for all HR workflows and operations, a separate dashboard with all employees' names and admins that require approvals, or they want to schedule meetings, or they require to send some emails or some files to their HR or admins. A simplified workflow that requests approvals, and there should be better transparency between all three of them, between the employees, the admins, and the HR. So my system is based on a dual portal architecture. So there are mainly two parts: a employee portal where users can view tasks, schedule and submit requests for their leave approvals, or they want to take a break or something like that. And there is an admin portal where the admins or the HR people can directly handle all the things that the employees are doing right now, and just like the approvals and something. So this is a controlled role based access, so the user only sees what they are allowed to, rather than the data is scattered everywhere and the data is available to every HR or the admins or the employees, which they are not supposed to see. So, coming back to some key features that my project includes, uh, before coming to this, I would like to say that the previous slide that shows a picture of the UI design, my project is completely different. Like the UI design is completely different for my project, it is better than that. So, yeah, coming to some key features of my project, there is a dashboard for employees that shows them task and request status, and and has a feature to check if they are online or they are currently working on some project of their own. So the employees can log into their attendance also, so that the admins or the HRs have a better view of checking whether employee has taken a leave or they are working from home. So admin panel also has a rejecting system for approvals, and they can approve them also. There is an organized employee data with roles there and their history, and you can upload files that require approvals from the HR, like you have accepted this file or you have rejected this file and you have to do it again. And there is a role based navigation across the whole system, and there are many various features that I would like to show you all. So for this tech stack, I used Next.js and React for the front end, and Tailwind for some styling, and Node.js and Express for backend APIs. I would love to use Fast API for backend also, because I wanted to implement an AI chatbot, and this is in my project, but I'm currently working on it, and I hope that works really well for it. So yeah, Fast API is also an option for it. So Axios for communication between front end and back end, and currently a mock database for fast prototyping. But I'm also implementing MongoDB that has a vector database for all the employee names and HR names. But I hope it works quite really well in my project. But currently I'm using a mock database. So this setup helped me in building and testing features that I really didn't knew about them, and the workflows also. So I would like to explain the system workflow for my project. So basically, a employee logs in and accesses the dashboard. Before that, they have to go through a simple process for signing up, and as they sign up, approval goes for their HR. Approval goes to their HR, and they have to simply approve that employee, that this employee works in my company or industry or something like that. But that has to be done manually. Like the recruitment process that the employee goes through before is done manually, and just the employee has to sign up to that application, and the HR just approves that employee is currently working in our system or our company. So, coming back to what the workflow is, the employee logs in and accesses the dashboard. They submit an request for something like a leave, or they have to go somewhere else, they have to leave the workstation. The request goes to then to a pending state, and the admin reviews it and approves it. Either they are accepted or they are rejected. The status is updated and reflected back to the employee. So basically, I implemented a state flow workflow, and there are many other operations that my website performs. So I cannot explain every workflow that every feature has. So this was one of them. So currently, the system uses a mock database, but I'm currently also working on the MongoDB database that creates vectors to get the names of the employees and HRs and admins that are working inside my company or the industry. So it would be quite insightful if I used a vector MongoDB database. And also, I would like to implement JWT authentication. Like as I said before, there was a sign in page that users or the employees have to go through at the beginning or whenever they are logging in into the website. So I would like to implement a JWT authentication that gives us a better security, so that other users cannot access them very easily. They have to you have a username or password for it, or they have to have a company email ID for it. So, and I would also like to implement real time notifications. Like there was not a lot of data available over the internet for employees. So I would like to have a data set of a real company and implement real time notification with it. And I would also like to make an analytics dashboard for the HRs. Like I have not created an analytics dashboard, but I have just created it for the employees. In the end, I would like to say this system reduces manual work, improves communication, and creates a scalable foundation for managing HR operations. It also gives me a better view of understanding how real world systems are made or designed. Like, it helped me know a lot of stuff about employee systems or HR workflows, how they are managed. I had to go through a lot of research to it, and I love to do it, and especially in terms of workflows, backend structure, and role based access. Thank you.